Hey everyone, it's Adam. Something I want to share with everyone. So I'm always on the lookout for new types of finishes and dyes and stains and things like that. Not just commercial products, but I'm always looking for more natural things, things that God created that are out there for us to appreciate and use. And about a month ago, I was at a friend's house and my boys were helping cut out some branches under trees. And there were it's a black walnut tree, and there are black walnuts everywhere. It's that time of year. And I asked, well, I love black walnut. It's one of my favorite woods. So I said, hey, do you mind if we collect some of these walnuts? And she goes, no, by all means. They're all over. So we collected a box, and there was probably almost 100 black walnuts seeds in the box with the green husk on it and everything. And I looked up online because I'd like to grow some black walnut trees in our yard. I tried before, but I keep killing them. Don't have really much of a green thumb, but there's another video coming about green thumbs as well. But anyway, so I had all these nuts, and I wanted to learn how to, grow some black walnuts. And I was like, well, you got to remove the green husk from the outside. And I was like, well, there's 100 of them. That green husk, I mean, smells like black walnut. I love that smell. But I don't want to waste that. So I looked up online and said, what can I do with black walnut husks? And found out that you can actually make a dye out of it. And I was like, well, it's green. I don't want a green dye. I want, is there a brown dye? Well, apparently if you boil the husks, and it's better if they are green because you get more of the compounds out of it and it makes a much better dye. But what I did was follow the instructions and took all the husks off of as many of the walnuts as I could get, put them into a vat, put them on a propane burner outside, and boiled it for probably a good 6 hours until all the husks were broken down and it was basically sludge inside the water. Drained it, put it in some containers, and added some citric acid to help preserve it because that stuff will get mold over time. But the citric acid changes the pH so that the mold won't grow. And now, a few weeks later, after doing all that, I finally got to use it. And wow. So I ended up with a lot more than I anticipated. Even after boiling for 6 hours, there was still a lot of water, but the dye was finally getting to a color and a consistency that I liked. So I drained it, strained it, filtered it into two 1-gallon glass jars, and I've got a seal on it. And I made a bunch of smaller jars that are over in a box, just some canning jars. But I look at the results, and that's why I'm making this video. It's just, I'm absolutely floored at the results from this. I mean, this one's still a little wet, so those are a little wonky. But look at some of these that have dried somewhat. I mean, as they dry, the color, one's a little wet too. But the color is even. It is, you see some saw marks and some of the grain and stuff, but it doesn't discolor at those spots. When you use some dyes and some stains, you get color variation, unanticipated color variation because of the way that the dye absorbs into the wood. But with this black walnut, I have not seen, without treating the wood first, I have not seen a dye or a finish more evenly coat and more evenly spread the color than I have with this black walnut dye. Now here's one. I think this one's been sitting here for a couple days drying. So it looks a lot more even because the ones that are wet, you still see some dark spots where it's still wet. But really excited. About half of our reindeer army is going to be dyed with the black walnut dye, and then we'll put a finish on it. But just really, really happy with that result. So that's it. Just wanted to share that. I just been, I was excited to finally try it out. A little anxious if I did it all right in terms of making it. It was very simple to make, so I wasn't able to screw it up too bad. But just absolutely floored with how well it's dyeing the wood. And this is pine. This is box store pine. And it's really absorbing it well. The color is just so even. It's just a beautiful, beautiful tone. I could make it darker by waiting for it to dry and adding another coat, but I am so happy with how it turned out. So just wanted to share this little piece with everyone out there in digital land. Take care. God bless.